So you want to make a cubing channel, but you don't know where to start. Here's where you start, by making your first video. How's it going, everybody? My name's Nolan. Welcome to Cubeorithms. I've been making cubing videos for many years, and I've only made one very first video, which is true for everybody. So you're thinking about making a video, where do you start? Step one, have an idea. Anytime you want to make a video, there needs to be some idea for the video so that the video can exist. A lot of people, when they make their first video, they try to do like a channel trailer. I would recommend not starting with a channel trailer. I think your very first video should be the type of video that you plan on making regularly. If you plan on making puzzle reviews as a regular part of your normal content, I think you should start by making a puzzle review. You should make a couple videos and then you can start thinking about making a channel trailer, because then you could use footage from the videos you already have in your channel trailer and you can say, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do, and I've already been doing it for a little bit. If you are in the cubing community, product reviews are a great place to start as a first video because it's puzzle focused. You can, if you have a puzzle laying around, you could review it. There's free idea. I keep looking at the viewfinder. I'm gonna flip that around. Goodbye, me. Making puzzle reviews is also great because you got lots of references to look at. There's all sorts of other YouTube channels that do product reviews, which you can draw inspiration from in terms of how you want to format it and what you want to do. It's a great place to start. But really, where you should start is whatever you're inspired to do. If you have an idea and you really want to make it, you should just start there. There's your idea. Step one, check it off. Step two, you're gonna wanna record a little bit of test footage. This is where you're gonna gather up whatever equipment you're gonna use. You're gonna find out what spot you're gonna record at. Ideally, it's gonna be someplace that is quiet and that has pretty good lighting. For these videos, I'm about to blind you, but I use softbox lights, which I have had for a long time. Chances are you probably don't have anything like these laying around, so you're gonna need to rely on the light of the sun, which I also have coming in through the window. And then once you have that quiet, well-lit spot, it's time for you to set up your equipment, which likely you don't have a whole ton of either. If you have a tripod and a digital camera or a camera that you can mount on the tripod, that's gonna make it super easy. You just set it up and that's great. If all that you have to record with is a smartphone and you don't have a tripod and you don't have anything, here's a little trick for you. Take whatever desk you're using, stack up a bunch of books, and then set your phone on the books and adjust whatever angle you want, and then just put a cube in front of the main part of your phone so that the lens can still see what you're doing, and reach your arm around those books, and there you go. That's what I did for a lot of my very first videos. Basically, step two is just get your equipment set up. You really don't need a ton of equipment, but you just wanna get it set up, make sure that you can actually produce a video, do a little test, make sure it's something that you actually kinda like, and then it's on to step three. Make the video. As you're recording this video, it's really important that you just be yourself. If you're the kind of person who kind of forgets what they're gonna say a lot of the time and you have to pause and gather your thoughts, it might be a good idea to do jump cuts. Jump cuts are what I like to do, and it's great. If you're good at talking, you might find it easier to just do a one-shot whole like presentation type deal where you just record the whole video in one go, and then you don't have to edit so much, which that's a good way to do it too. Maybe you're the kind of person who wants to pre-record all your audio and then just do a bunch of B-roll type stuff. That's a really great style. The point is, do a style that you think feels right for you, where you can be yourself and it's fun and you like it. For your very first video, imitation is totally okay. Take whatever your favorite YouTuber is, what kind of videos you like to watch, whatever you're inspired by, and try to replicate it in your own way. Don't plagiarize, don't take somebody else's video and just do a point for point recreation of it. But the point is, it is totally okay to just kind of replicate what other people are doing, just as long as you're not plagiarizing it. The other thing that's really important especially for your first video, is don't take this step too seriously. As you're recording, if you slip up on your words or it's not coming together the way you thought it might, don't be too hard on yourself. It's supposed to be fun, you know? You should just have fun with it. You're making a video, it's fun. That leads me into step four. Don't worry about quality. This one's more of a mental step than a physical step that you have to do, but especially in your first video, and really forever as you're doing your channel, it's really important that you don't stress the quality. Guess what? It's totally okay that your video is not equally as good a quality as your favorite YouTubers. People who have been doing this for a long time have a lot of practice, and if it's your first video, it's like anything else. You can't expect to be as good as the professionals on your very first try. Your video is probably not gonna be as high quality as some people. Maybe it will be if you're really talented, and that's great. But if it's not as good of quality, you should expect that and you should embrace it. It's totally normal, it's totally okay. Still make the video. Do you wanna see one of my first videos? I don't really wanna show you this, but Here we go. This is one of my very first videos.
Hello everybody, Cubeorithms here. In this video, I have a review of the Shengshao 6x6. Pops are relatively infrequent, and when they do happen, they really aren't that bad. However, they do happen every once in a while, and when they do, I get lost in whatever algorithm I was doing, and it can really mess me up. If you liked it, there's a button for that, and if you want to see more, there's another button for that. Find them on the screen and push them.
Obviously, that video was kind of bad, partly because of poor video quality, poor audio quality, but mainly, I was really nervous and I wasn't loose and I wasn't comfortable talking to the camera yet, and that took a lot of practice. But eventually I kind of learned how to be myself, and then I made this video.
What's up guys? Blue here. Story time! I finished the algorithm and the cube is solved, and the kid freaks the crap out, and he continues to scratch my hands.
Now that video also has poor visual quality and poor sound quality, but I was a lot more comfortable at that point because I had had a lot of practice. Basically, you don't require good equipment. It's not necessary for you to have the best microphone and the best camera. As I've gone on, I've improved my camera and my microphone because I wanted to do that to improve those qualities in my videos, because that's just something I decided to do as this picked up. But definitely early on, especially at the very beginning, you don't need it. It's really, really important that you don't compare yourself too hard to other YouTubers, because they've had a lot of practice and you're just getting started, and it's totally okay that their videos might be higher quality. If you compare yourself too much to that, you're probably gonna get discouraged. A much more productive comparison is to compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Yesterday, you didn't have any cubing videos, and today, you do have one, and that is an improvement. Okay, so you had the idea, you set up your setup, you recorded the video, and you're happy with it because you're not comparing yourself to other people, and it's all good. You've embraced the fact that maybe it's not as high quality as it could be someday, but you're good. Now it's time to actually edit the video. There's all sorts of video editing tutorials for how to use iMovie or other editing software. I won't dwell on that too much, but what I like to do for jump cuts is I just go into the editing software, figure out where the audio stops, do a cut, go to where it starts up again, cut out all the silence in the middle, and ba-boom, it's a jump cut. During the editing phase is where you can do all sorts of stuff like add effects, mess around with your color grading and get the colors looking good. Maybe you might add background music to your video, which a lot of YouTubers do, especially in the cubing community, and there is a reason for that. When you have background music, it helps people not get bored. Basically, when there's little silences in your video, or when you're talking about something and whatever, having that music keeps the viewer's brain a little bit stimulated, and it can just add a nice experience. Now what's important though is that it's quiet. The viewer shouldn't even hardly notice that they're hearing music. If you have your music too loud, it's gonna be hard to focus on what you're saying. It should be very easy to focus on what you're saying. I usually err on the side of making my background music a little bit too quiet, which I mean, there's background music happening right now. My hope is that you didn't completely notice that there's background music in this video until now. You probably noticed it a little bit, like you're not surprised that there's been background music, but it shouldn't be front and center total attention. But background music is great to use and you should use it. Just make sure it's quiet. Also make sure it's not copyrighted. You really don't have to do a ton with video editing. You could keep it totally simple, especially first video. Probably a good idea to just keep it simple and get it finished. Getting the video finished is an important part of the process, and that's step 6. Post the video. You had the idea, you recorded it, you edited it together, you got a finished video. Now it's time to export that video, upload it to YouTube. This is where you're gonna need a YouTube channel, and if you are a minor, you should probably definitely get your parents' permission. You get your parents' permission. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet, you can have your parent help you set one up if they're cool with it. If your parents are not cool with you making YouTube videos, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to actually do that. Do not go behind your parents' back and try to like secretly make YouTube videos. That's not gonna be any fun for you. It's just gonna be really stressful. If you're an adult though, then you don't have to ask your parents. You still could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. There's lots of other tutorials on how to make a YouTube channel. You're just gonna post the video, give it a title, give it a good thumbnail. Usually I like to have some text in the thumbnail. You could have your own face. It's more important that you probably have the puzzle, especially if it was a product review. Just have the thumbnail be clear about what the video is. If it's your first video, it's definitely acceptable to just use one of the generated ones from YouTube for your first time. and then publish it. And ta-da, you created a video and you actually made it and you actually posted it, and that is a big deal. Step 7, celebrate, you did it. If you do decide to keep making more videos, here's a few words of advice. Number 1, don't spend a lot of money. It can be tempting early on in a YouTuber's career to have to buy a lot of equipment and get a lot of stuff, and I need to get this and this so that I can get started. You don't need any of that. When you are first starting out, when you have under 100 subscribers, it is absolutely, completely, 100% acceptable to use what you got. If you're recording on a smartphone or like a dumb phone, it is okay. What is really important in those first stages is just to get the experience, get more comfortable talking to a camera, get more comfortable with the editing, making videos consistently. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Number 2, if you're gonna keep making videos after your first one, you're probably gonna want people to actually watch them. You're gonna want to gain subscribers and get more views. I would recommend being very smart about how you self-promote, because there's a good way to self-promote yourself without being obnoxious. A lot of people want to go to forums and comment sections and everywhere and leave links to their channel and say, hey, watch my video, da 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 da. There's a better way to do that. My recommendation for getting noticed is go to other cubing channels' YouTube videos, watch them, leave positive, good comments about the video, compliment the creator, do something positive. Don't even mention that you have a channel. Unless it's like applicable, like you made a video that was similar and you were like, I actually recently made a video about this and it was great. Generally, just be positive in the comment section and do it a lot. Do it on a lot of videos, because people read comments and they will notice you coming up time and time again, and they'll be like, wow, this person is pretty positive. Maybe I'll go check them out. I would not recommend ever leaving links in comment sections, because that usually is not a good thing. Sometimes that will actually put you in like the likely spam section and your comment won't actually even be shown. You don't want the people visiting your channel to be annoyed. You want them to really be interested in what is this gonna be about. And a good way to do that is just by being positive, leaving positive comments, and just being active in the community. Last piece of advice is to just have fun. You know, it's not a business, and when you're first getting started, you shouldn't really treat it like it's gonna be your job yet. You should treat it like a hobby, like something that you do for fun. And don't take it too seriously, just have some fun. It's video making, it's supposed to be fun. Recording the video, editing it, responding to comments, doing that kind of stuff, that's all supposed to be fun, and you should have fun with it. And if you feel like you're getting stressed out by it, maybe it's time to kind of check your motivations and figure out, okay, I'm supposed to be having fun and I'm really not. Why am I doing this? Relax, it's okay. It's okay that you don't have a bajillion subscribers. It's okay if you got a dislike on a video. It's whatever, it's just supposed to be fun, and if you're having fun, that will show through in your videos. There is only one situation in which I will approve leaving links to videos in comment sections, and that's on this video. If you make your first cubing video, I want you to leave a link to it so that I can go watch it, because I want to see your first video. That is it for today's video. I hope that you guys have fun making your first cubing video, and if you decide to turn it into a YouTube career, don't forget to give me a cut of the fun and the finances. Obviously, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I like it when people do that. My camera completely ran out of storage right at the end there, but bye. Have fun. Subscribe. Have a good time. Good luck making your first video. Bye.